Yo, yo, yo.
Y bienvenidos a The Hype con Crescendo. Hoy tenemos a Mucho Enfermos. Y aquí les presentamos al verdadero Hype Sorry, que esta versión es la de español que viene antes de las 6 de la tarde, hora este.
We are live on The Hype. It's your boy Crescendo. We're live in the studio with Mad Ills.
Thank you, man. Thank you guys for having me.
Yes,
You know
and
what I'm saying?
beautiful introduction by Louis Fewell.
What's up, everybody? Sorry, that was my alter ego. Only comes out before 6 p.m. Eastern time.
He just opened me up to the Spanish demographic.
Yes, that's what we're trying to do here. Ills. Trying to do some big things popping, little things stopping. You know what I'm saying? That's a 2011 reference. I'm dating myself. So yeah, we had a great couple weeks here in Orlando. Some events going on. What's good with you? What's been new with you?
Chilling, man. I'm just getting into doing a lot more lecturing and teaching, writing, creative writing workshops, and the Science of Freestyle is a lecture that I have that's focused around shutting down writer's block and helping you with public speaking, confidence, building good habits. So it's pretty dope, man. I'm other than the music and the normal stuff that I do. I'm really trying to go into kind of like the teaching of the techniques that I use as a writer.
All right, so
Man.
you're becoming a Jedi Master,
Yeah, I'm trying.
Rabbi.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm trying.
And that's a way to make money.
Yeah.
It's an alternative form.
It's the public speaking arena allows you to make just as much as any other one does, you know. So once you get a TED Talks under your belt, then it's to the races, really. And you know, and I got close to doing 2 TED Talks. I got all the way up to the final round on the board that actually selects who the TED Talk guests are going to be. And 2 times I made it to the final board and was, you know, someone else was picked over me. But one of these days I'll be like Crescendo.
Listen, if Ted, if you're listening right now,
Let me talk,
That's what I was thinking.
let Joshua talk. I use your government name. Maybe he'll understand it that way.
That's all right.
Okay.
So we got some new music for y'all. I'm excited. YB dropped his album, so I'm gonna play Fire Emoji, and then we're also gonna play Make or Break It by Avila, who's actually coming out to the Verb next Saturday, flying down from Michigan. So I'm super excited about that. We'll talk more about that, but you're listening to The Hype live. Let's go.
Straight up. Yeah, imagine a passion. Directors cut to the action. I was sitting in my room with no lights on my Blueberry phone and no pen and a pad and a mattress. I've been doing backflips, I've been over time. I've been through the surface, I've been through the lines. If life is a movie, then I'm in the theater. Welcome and guests and the pleasure is mine. Yeah. Since 1992, hands up cause we got one. Hands up if you're not one. Hands up till the cops come. Hands down, he the baddest. My God been a light through the dark times. Young man, young son, young Marshawn. I'm a target. I pause and it calls, and if God in it, y'all finish. I gotta eat. It's not complex. I'm in knee deep. He got my steps. I look alive. I hand it to God. My life in his will. He revving the drive. My foot on the gas. I rest at the 9. I'm covered in peace. Born in the States with a new state of mind, and I don't belong like it's Bon Appetit. What is a life on my own? I'm searching for moments of clarity. I stare in the mirror and I can see past all the flaws of the moments that carry me, bury me, barely damage. He imminent, dominant, cover the globe, leading the continents, pierced through the dark. His sun is the light. We bow with his love, now we bow with his promises. This is the life, yo. You know it. More than a mic, yo. You know it. For the young people, I'ma go and reach soul, cause the time too bright, yo. Here to do damage. They counted me out, but God kept counting. Now I'm your canvas. You're perfect when planning. 17 hours on the road out to Tennessee. Pack up my bags, kiss on my wife. Look at my daughter inside it, it's killing me. Chasing a dream where nothing is guaranteed. I see the light drop through the night, swerving through lanes. Barely can make it, I make it in safety to sleep in my car. 6 a.m. it's go time. I see the sunshine. I'm grinding back up on my feet. Before I start the car, I call out to God for divine strength, cause I'm weak. I am just a young man out with a purpose. They target the race, the inertia. Keep me going through the curves and the ups and the downs. Gotta think about Christ when they hurt me.
This won't make or break me. Some say I won't make it, that's okay, I won't be shaking. This won't make or break me. Some say I won't make it, that's okay, I won't be shaking. I won't let success or failures redefine me. My life isn't based on what I make in salary. Made an image, rooted deep, reach for heavenly. Bloodline came from Jesus, so you know I came to preach. Dealers on the corner selling dope for family. In too deep for great escape. Menace to society. Only one way out. Price is one hell of a fee. No more bondage, no more chains. Jesus set the captives free. I'm designer, no Gucci, no Louis Prada. I'm onto bigger and better. Coogee sweater, my savings is afterlife with my maker. Used to be insecure, nowadays doing better. I know my story was written by God, the greatest creator. Some say I won't make it, that's okay, I won't be shaking. This won't make or break me. Some say I won't make it, that's okay, I won't be shaking. This won't make or break me. 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 Used to think that all I had wasn't enough. See, I thank God from where I came that I grew tough. I learned to see the only me that I can be. And now I'm proud, so throw one back with family. Yo, hey, couldn't afford all the nice things. I was too cautious with pricing. Candle wet dripping on icing. Too many wishes as we sing. Cake was the type with the ice cream. Melted by time we were eating. Grandma made sure we were feasting. I never planned for us leaving. I couldn't think of a reason why I was so grateful. I feel like I'm losing myself. Music was giving me purpose, identity, reason to wake up and get out my shell. Avila isn't just part of my name. It's reason for purpose, I'm in my own lane. You want a gift with a purpose who's wrapped in his love and never remember but shit. This won't make or break me. Some say I won't make it, that's okay, I won't be shaking. This won't make or break me. Some say I won't make it, that's okay, I won't be shaking. This won't make or break me. This won't make or break me. This won't make or break me. This won't make or break me.
Hey, we are live. We are back live. We are on the hype. It's your boy Crescendo. We have Matt Ills.
I feel like you're just... All right, take it away, Matt Ills.
Hey, by the way, we don't have anything to talk about, so we're just gonna let you talk the next 52 minutes.
We can go on a riff. Like we can go on a riff on anything you want to.
I bet you could.
I bet you could.
I bet you could. And let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that. Off the rift. No, I'm just kidding. So you have King of the Cypher coming up.
Yeah.
October 25th.
25th. Yes, that's 2 Fridays away.
Yes, at St. Matthew's Tavern.
St. Matthew's Tavern. The show is absolutely for $0. So basically what happened was Temple Rock.
I love Temple Rock.
Yeah, they hit me up, and I've been working with Shaolin Productions on the Red Bull BC1,
Yep.
So they were helping facilitate that this past Red Bull BC1, and so they hit me up and they were like, "Hey, we're doing this 3-day event. This is their 6th annual Temple Rock that they're throwing."
Yeah.
And they said it's a 3-day event. We have, b-boy battles. People are flying in from all over the place for it. And on the first day, we wanted to have like a pre-party that it was just like a free party, So how can we team up and just throw a really dope jam? So in my head, I'm trying to work with PN Star, the guy who does No Borders. And No Borders is a art competition that basically has 2 artists against each other on a canvas, and they do an art battle. So I said,
That's actually really cool.
Yeah,
we saw that at Soundbar the other day.
Yeah, we had it.
It was great.
He was there for the Ozone Hip Hop Fest. So.
okay, yeah. So
yeah.
the No Borders
Good
guy,
people,
he's
man.
been basically doing the same thing as what I want to do with King of the Cypher. Is like he's got his events going, but he also teams up with some pretty dope promoters. Like he teamed up with Jay Johnson, and then they did one at the Abbey. Jay Johnson is the one that does all of the his people do the 90s hip hop parties monthly at the Abbey. So like they did that, and that was big. I mean, he's been doing the No Borders over at Geek Easy, at Iron Cow. So like he does them all over the place. So I hit him up and I was like, man, you're a really dope dude. And plus we collab all the time. He's also I think he like did some film work for us for like Grind Time and stuff like that too. So I've known him for a long time. I said, why don't we mix up the MC competition, the art competition, and the B-boys, and we put it all in one venue.
Like mad hip hop.
Yeah.
Style.
And so there was an issue finding the venue
Elements.
because they were like, hey, we have the Red Bull truck, that big truck with the speakers and all that. They're like, we have that
You
also.
had me at Red Bull.
So yeah, I was looking for venues that we could park the truck outside and play the music and stuff like that. We went through a bunch of venues, and then finally, St. Matthew's Tavern. There's a connection through one of the people that the Temple Rock people, and they set it up and said like, hey, we'll have you guys over here. I know the venue's not that big, but it's gonna be packed out because like No Borders alone brings a bunch of people. King of the Cypher alone could fill that venue up. And Temple Rock, I mean, there's B-boys flying in from all over, so
Yeah.
you definitely know it's going to be a dope night. It starts at 9 o'clock. It's from 9 to 2 a.m., so it's definitely like a weekend late show. So anybody that wants to come out, it's at St. Matthew's Tavern off of Mills. There's no charge for that. And you'll have No Borders, the art competition, the B-boy battle, or it's like a cypher. They have like a King of the Cypher there, but the King of the MC Cypher is not a battle. It's just a cypher. So it's a 3-man cypher I'll be hosting it, and I have 2 MCs on either side of me, and they have to go off of the last word that I use and use it in their, rhyme pattern or rhyme scheme, and whoever does the best off of that gets chosen to go to the next round. And so the King of the Cypher is set up to give the winner in whatever city it's set up in a local media boost. So what I do is I reach out and I get the winner a promo music video shot. I get them free beats, studio time. I get them a whole bunch of different media interviews on blogs. They're also interviewing over at The Beat on iHeartRadio. So if you win it, is not only are you receiving like this prize or, money's involved eventually and stuff like that, I'm building it out to everybody who wins it. It actually gets like a local promo package is going to help them along their career. So you get headshots, you get all, it's a full package. So that way, when I send you off to the interview, you should have that stuff with you. But you scheduled the interview with my winner before he did all that.
But I also gave him a free photo shoot too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Well, like during the interview, you snapped him on the.
Just right after. But yeah,
he's cool. Avion Green won the first one, and so
yeah. So I was gonna kind of go off of that and say, we had Avion Green here 3 or 4 episodes ago. Super good dude. Super humble. He was actually the first person we had here at this new venue. So I was excited to bring someone on and to bring someone and see, the new venue, the new place, and he definitely showed mad love to us. You know what I mean? And it was dope. I had him freestyle and he freestyled freestyle.
Yeah, that dude's a monster.
He is a monster.
He's a monster. Like that. All of the guys that I selected for the first King of the Cypher were complete monsters. Like these are dudes who I hand selected from when I had my radio show, and they would show up every week. And then, you know, MC Freak, he's another crazy freestyle beast. You know, SB the Anomaly, Mave, those guys that showed up. Conscience 101, West Flow 6. So there was some pretty dope dudes there, like Royal Grey, and so
they showed up. I ended up leaving like, what is this? Like, disoriented by the heat.
You ended up leaving? Oh, because
when I was leaving, I was disoriented.
Oh, okay. I thought he said I ended up leaving. Like you didn't like it. Like, dang, man.
No,
you didn't interview me. You tell me you didn't like my show.
He was disoriented from all the fire, all the
You know,
street
from the
fire,
Is the high is like, you know, called the fire.
the lava juice.
The lava juice. So the hype has always been about, like, you know, expanding artists and talking about what they can do with their music, ways that they can be involved in music. And one of the reasons I brought you on is because you are a promoter, and while you have the talent to rap and freestyle and do music, you also have the talent where when you get off the mic, you're networking, you're setting up events, and, you know, like, you're lecturing on the side as well. So let's talk about expanding your resources as an artist.
Right.
Let's expand on that. I want to get deeper into that, but we're gonna play some music.
All right.
We're gonna play No L's by Soulja, and then we got Up and Away by A. Lewis and Professor Biz from Miami. They will both be at the Verb next Saturday.
The Verb.
I'm excited for this, and I'm excited to talk with Matt Ills. Let's talk about this promoting off air.
Let's do it.
The hype. Let's go.
That's a no. I don't know what it mean to quit. God tell me go, then I'ma go. I ain't never losing, I'ma win. Failure ain't an option, that's a no. I don't know what it mean to quit. God tell me go, then I'ma go. I ain't never losing, I'ma win. Ain't taking no L's. 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 Ain't taking no L's, ain't taking no L's, taking no L's, ain't taking no L's, ain't taking no L's. Faith over fear, I am in it to win it. No looking back, I am pushing the limits. Running this race, I'm going till I'm finished. So nothing can stop me, I am never quitting. Cause I'm focused, I'm never joking. I do this to show people what hope is. Know this, me, I am not bogus. I keep it 100, said I keep it 100, said I keep it 100 like one with two O's in. So pay attention when I be spitting, I'm trying to get it here. God-given mission, I'm on it, I'm never quitting here. Told them God on my side, yeah, I'm down to ride. Anybody, if they want it, they can get it, no lie. See, I took so many L's that I couldn't bounce back. Self-inflicted situations, man, I was bad. I had to let it go, I can't go back to my past. And it's only by His grace that I made it where I'm at. So no more L's, no more downs, only going up from here on now. Yeah. Look me in my eyes, you can see the pain. My clothes still dry, but I been through the rain. I was taking so many L's, doing anything to be the same. But God came and took the wheel and He helped me switch lanes. Now I'm winning, Charlie Sheen, type of blood in my veins. I'm a champion, but I ain't got a ring. Failure ain't an option, that's a no. I don't know what it mean to quit. God tell me go, then I'ma go. I ain't never losing, I'ma win. Failure ain't an option, that's a no. I don't know what it mean to quit. God tell me go, then I'ma go. I ain't never losing, I'ma win. Ain't taking no L's. 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 Taking no L's. Ain't taking no L's. Ain't taking no L's. I'm looking every tribulation in the face and saying bring it because it cannot beat me and it's already been defeated. I know the devil throwing stuff in me trying to get me heated, but I say spitting fire so he cannot heat me. Nah, he cannot beat me. Yeah, I had
to say it twice. I know he be listening, so I gotta get it right. No, I ain't nothing nice. Don't play me. I got a blueprint. No Jay-Z. I'm the fella with the rock, trying to spread this intelligence from the central to the block, from the bottom to the top. I'm nothing like Kevin, but his butt got hot. All I see is green light, so I don't know how to stop. Cause I'm always on go like I don't get to roll the dice. Answer this question for your soul, what is the price? For mine, it's nothing cause it's already been swiped. I was purchased by his blood on the cross, that's Christ. So tell me how I'm gon' lose. What you gon' do? Yeah, I choose to spread truth, you can get it too. I'm looking problems in the face like what now? I'm never scared, no fear, won't back down. I ain't taking no L's. Hey, give me the dub, that's right. I ain't taking no L's. All I do is take dubs, that's life. Failure ain't an option, that's a no. I don't know what it mean to quit. God tell me go, then I'ma go. I ain't never losing, I'ma win. Failure ain't an option, that's a no. I don't know what it mean to quit. God tell me go, then I'ma go. I ain't never losing, I'ma win. Ain't taking no L's. 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 Taking no L's. Ain't taking no L's. Ain't taking no L's. I can't take 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 no L's. Ain't taking 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 no L's. Taking no L's. Ain't taking no L's. Ain't taking no L's.
What do you say there, guy? Exhibit G. Yeah. Up and away, yeah, up and away, up and away. We ain't gon' stay, nah, let's get it today.
Yeah, up and away, too much to stay, we're killing the games. We driving the vision, stay in your lane, we're coming ahead.
Yeah, up and away, why are you crowding my space? Up and away,
yeah,
you wanna breathe, no we will not suffocate.
Up and away, don't ever compare, we not the same. Roll up the dice, let's see who can win, I'm up for the stakes.
Yeah, in with a posse, we don't play possum. Reach for the top and also the sauces. Give what we got in, we run to the bottom. Meditate, dedicate to the calling. The one who would out the calling. Get with the vision, running like Forrest Gump. I came up from the walking and jogging, yeah. Get it popping like pimples on instrumentals. Purposely walking on purpose, not accidental. Spirituality and the mental, taking the revelation and cuff it. Quality in the quantity, excellence when you don't rush it. Suffering in the upper, sort of the spirit and cut it. Just like the mustard.
Up and away, my God, his time we don't play. I'm sort of the labor, running behind the pressure inside. Working the minimum wage. Minimum grind, hold me behind. Choking the choke, I'm up for the stakes. Been through it all, my God, I stood all. I worry no more, I get to the place, yeah. Eagerly waiting to tell me how patience that's on and be quiet. I'm onto a mission for years to departed. Losing these people, but grinding, the popping. These battles, they still haven't made it. Their life never changes, their different desire, their different submissions. Don't take it hard when they're meant for each other. Oh, simple as cat, yeah. Up and away, you saying a lie, you talking insane, yeah. Up and away, we come from the top, the king in the age, yeah.
Up and away, I'm putting in work, now I can't come on the play. Up and away, the only way we move is up. We moving up. Was only making small gains, but I was doing the most. Told my king, have it your way, I just be out of control. Till it's dinner at your crib and we making the toast. So when I'm slipping in, you keep my Mickey's gripping the road. I'm running after you like last call. To see my future, gotta take my mask off. Breaking bread and breaking bad.
Yeah, brain, stay connected, trying to fill up my purpose. Pushed away the rapping thing, now it's totally worth it.
Yeah, the world is so frantic, selfish, hellish, and demanding. Can't understand it, kill over grammar, disagreement, semantics. I want pickles on a sandwich, nah, be exhibit G. Up and away, humble integrity, leverage with a living beverage. brothers linking up and level up the legacy. Nothing to hide, nothing to prove, yeah, nothing to lose. Don't care about waves, nah, wait in the pool. Power from God, I can pop any fuse.
Yeah, too much. Yeah, we gave him too much. Up in the way, yeah, we gone. Exhibit G on the come up. Woo! Paving the way, tired of them all. Forget what they say. We're chasing the flame that too many forget. Remember the that too many to love. We're not chasing the wave. We'd rather be headed for things that we ain't. The levels we climbing is all cause in hand. We're not chasing nobody, we're chasing the plan. You heading and hitting, you'll stick with the wave. Yeah, how dare you call it a lie? You don't quit on your best and you got a problem with us. Trust me, no ceiling can stop. The plan that God had for us. He died saving your soul. This mission will never stop. Yeah, up in the way. We grinded a lot, we finished ahead. Up in the way. Bon appetit, we eating today.
Up and away, a tree bearing fruit, but I ain't throwing no shade. Up and away, won't ask again, please get out of my way.
Yo, yo, yo. Like a wise man once said, catch me in the morning. Welcome back to The Hype with Crescendo. Louis Maddills.
Let's go. So, we're talking how long music should be during the break.
A minute 15.
Minute 15.
Minute 12 seconds.
Minute 12 seconds. That's genius.
2-bar versus 8-bar hooks.
Sounds like $1 million hit right there. But also we're talking about how you can develop your career as a musician and artist, and then from there launch other careers. So I've seen people become, producers off of that, become promoters, become podcast hosts, but really just taking ownership of what you're good at. So, and that's what I like to tell people, like, if, let's say you're an all right artist, but you can be even better promoter or be a better at anything else, do it. Or do both. You know what I mean? Because there's no reason you shouldn't be doing more than one.
Right.
I
mean, like, so from where it started with me with doing other things was when I started getting booked for festivals, okay? I just asked one day, and this was during like the grind time days. MERS books us. We're doing Rock the Bells, Pay Dues, South by Southwest, Coachella. We're doing all the festivals. So I get asked to put together the battles and stuff, and we get booked, and you get stage time, right? Oh, all right, so Maddills, you could perform for 30 minutes. And I was like, all right, cool. That's what most artists want to do. They want to go to a festival and be heard through their music. But then I thought, well, this is what I offered. I said, hey, man, how about instead of me performing, you let me host the stage for the whole day? For the same pay, I'll do the stage the whole day. You don't got to worry about a host because I run the battles. I host our battles anyway. I throw events. And they were just like, all right, sure. So they let me host. And I got a way bigger boost to my social media following, to my content output by hosting events. There's footage that I repurposed to this day from 2011, 2012 festivals that I was touring at from just hosting, because there's just so much that you can get. And back then Grind Time was on top of that. We were releasing stuff every day, and I have years upon footage online that I can always repurpose and shoot around. And I thought, like, man, this is way better than just performing for 30 seconds. Like, in my opinion, the game is not more so I'm a rapper, I want to get my music heard. It's more so like you want as many eyes on you as possible for your talents. So that can go outside of just making music. If you just ask to host. Now I get booked to host all kinds of stuff. That opened the door for me to be booked by Red Bull. I hosted the Denzel Curry versus Flatbush Zombies event for Hip Hop DX. They had that streamed live, and that was from Miami. 2,000 people stream live event. It's just me and them in the ring. They had like wrestling matches that night. I get booked for all different kinds of festivals, and that led me into the public speaking space. That led me into lecturing. That led me into becoming a street performer with Free Daps over at Universal Studios and Disney, which then in turn led us all to getting booked all over the United States to go perform in colleges. And that's just freestyle improv. They go all over. These guys got 6-figure salaries and they fly around just freestyling, not performing their music. It would be a totally different story if Matt Ills went to a venue and said, pay me X amount of dollars for my 15-minute set. I'd get laughed at, because there's a certain space that I was just able to pull in more of like a respect level for. Like, people respect me for the rapping and technical ability, but when you put me in front of thousands of people and I'm running the whole show and hosting it, there's a little bit more behind that. And so people start looking towards you for the answers, or they start looking towards you for like, hey, you know, this might be the guy that we need for our big festival project or event. And then you get in on the ground level of some like really big stuff. So like, for any artist out there who's just out there and thinking like, man, maybe my music isn't working, or you're frustrated, like, there are a lot of different things that you need to do besides promoting the old school way, which 98% of the people are doing right now. But it's also getting outside of just being a rapper or just being a singer. That skill that you have in doing that could be also used in a public speaking space, could be used for different creative outlets. And so don't ever shut an avenue down, because at the end of the day, promoting yourself is really just how much attention can I get pointed in my direction from all the different things I can do.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people will limit themselves as an artist, or limit themselves to what they think they want to do, what they think they have to do, and try and like say, okay, well, I need to do this, and they kind of get that drilled in their mind, like, oh, I'm a producer. Well, maybe they should have been an artist the whole time, you know, or, you know, vice versa. You know, they're you know, they need to speak, or they need to promote, they need to be behind the scenes running sound. I've seen some artists that are actually better sound engineers than they are actual artists.
Yo, Alex Miner's a great sound engineer. He's a good artist too.
No, I wasn't trying to say names, bro.
No, he's a great artist, but like, he's literally one of the only people I'll let really touch my stuff because of just his engineering. He's known my style forever, but every time he does like, now he does big conventions and stuff like that. He's like him being a rapper and getting into sound engineering led him into being a projectionist and working big conventions. And this he's worked with Stevie Wonder. Like, he's done a lot of stuff, and now he has his own marketing agency. But it all came down to like his original love, which was like just rapping.
Yo, and he tapped into the LinkedIn market. I didn't even realize.
No, yeah. So
I slept on LinkedIn.
We'll talk about those markets. Yeah, we'll talk about that, because TikTok and LinkedIn are where it's at right now. TikTok and LinkedIn, they're exactly that's the spot that you need to be in if you're doing anything right now, especially if you're trying to appeal to a younger audience. TikTok is the spot. The engagement rates are a lot higher organically than they are for Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Instagram is pretty much a wrap for Instagram and Facebook. You can't get any kind of organic reach going on unless you pay for the ads. But right now, the marketers have flooded that space. They flooded the Instagram space, and there are people that are really, really good at it. So unless you're competing with a serious amount of bread on Instagram or Facebook, then it's very, very hard. Well, you can go over to TikTok and get way more views just like that. So within a matter of a month, if you're to it like 3 times a day posting on TikTok, like, I started my TikTok account, and in 2 days I have some videos on there that get more views than my Instagram videos that I've been on Instagram since it came out on Android.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? So like, right, and there isn't like an exact science to it right now that people are trying to figure it out, but you can't buy into it at the current moment. Like there isn't any kind of like ad buying platform, and so marketers aren't going to ruin it right now. And the attention that it is getting is the type of attention that Facebook was getting when it started blowing up. So Instagram got when it started blowing up. And so people are starting to look towards these things. So TikTok, that's definitely a place you need to be. And who would have thought that now LinkedIn is that place as well? And so it's just a matter of how you're posting on these different outlets now, because Facebook and Instagram, of course, are more geared towards like the ads. But TikTok is, especially music. If you're doing anything with music, you need to be on TikTok. That's it. You need to be on TikTok.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like with Facebook and Instagram, their algorithms have changed so much, and it's almost ruined it for any indie artist that's trying to do it free.
Yeah. I mean, there are definitely certain ways that you can help organically, push your stuff, but at the same time, you could spend $30. You could spend $30 and get more from Instagram than you would one entire month organically.
That's true.
So, I mean, now it's a matter of, all right, how much time am I going to let this app waste for me by doing everything organically? Or can I just go get myself in front of a bunch of people, scoop them up, and either, you raise your engagement yourself. Like, it all goes down in the DMs. Everybody who you pay for that ad for them to view, you're also supposed to be following up with paid advertisements that are specifically for them as well. And so a lot of people don't know that. They just say like, all right, I'm going to spend $50 on this one post so I can get, X amount of thousands of views, and then that's it. And then that's how I do it. Like, that's not at all. Like, let's just say you spend $50 and you get 10,000 views, right? Like, I've been able to pull it down to where I can spend $30 for I believe 12, maybe it was like 12 to 15,000 views. Like I can average that out from my own ad buying. So let's just say these 15,000 people come in and you bought that ad. So what do you do from there? Do you just post another one and do that and try to get another 15,000 new people? What you're supposed to do is take out what's called retarget ads, where for the next week following that post that you spent your money on to bring in those 15,000 people, you're supposed to be putting just $1 a day on the posts that come after that, and specifically select to retarget them to everybody who's come to your account within the last 48 hours, 24 to 48 hours. And so that's how you retarget and shoot ads back at those people. Otherwise, when you bring in that 15,000 and let's say 100 of them follow you back. Well, that 100 people that just followed you, now they get put into the pool of followers that Instagram's algorithm only allows 15-20% of them to see. So they're just added to that. And so there really isn't that much. Sometimes they'll follow you and they won't see your content again because they didn't make it into the 20% of the people that they're showing your stuff. And so that's why you take out the retargeting ads to keep yourself in their feed so they naturally become a fan of you. Yeah.
Y'all better be taking notes.
That's so retarget.
Yo, so I actually want to play a throwback video of Nowadays and Matt Ills that he posted the other day. I thought it was a good video.
I love that guy.
I love that. And then we have an old Andrew Frey in there as well.
Yeah, he's the one that actually did the music video.
Yep.
And we shot that music video in his garage.
Yes, very M. Night Shyamalan. He put himself in it.
Yeah.
But I'm super excited for this. So we're going to play that video, and then we're going to play Loyalty by M.I.A.M. Throw in another Ozone Finest.
Love that guy.
Amongst the list. But we're here live on The Hype. This is Matt Ills, and Nowadays Contamination.
I see the world from a distance. Cowards not persistent in the world. I seem like John Constantine, seeing principalities at work constantly. Not just spiritual perception, but consciously. Thoughts keep me awake at night, trying to sleep. Not saying it's the white man, Satan is the right man to blame it on. I need investment plans to make more paper on, cause it seems like junk is what we wasted on. My verses in Proverbs like your average song. Moving slaves in the winter, so I'm packing it far. One holy being is who I'm rapping this for, cause inside we deform like in Picasso form. I stay floating in the waves, waiting for storms. So one day this message will be waiting in stores, where churches no more will be locking them doors. Yeah, this is what I'm doing it for. Contamination.
Yeah, I see the drug-infested, thug-ingested under lessons. 100 blessings are above a mention, thus infection goes uncontested. Pose a question to those overstressing. It's hope the golden measure for which you are known the lesser. My bones reflect the ocean flowing for this whole collective. Suppose perspective would switch, would you be so respected? Your soul is measured in the system that's opposed to metric. So hold your own and don't forget that you are holding ethics. I'm known for stepping in the positive direction, never sloppy with the method, Pete, the hobby of intention. It's obvious I've been in as a lobbyist for brethren, demolishing the negative accomplishers. I question it. I'm only hoping that these hobbies aren't infinite. The problem, they left us with the body of a pessimist. The rap will never ever quit, so why do I invest in it? Well, not because you asked me, it's cause you're so requested.
I said emotional content.
Tilt the first record forward.
Don't think.
Yeah.
It is like a finger pointing away to you. Don't concentrate on the finger. Miss on that heavenly glory.
I really hope you forgive me. So much trouble within me. I really hope you forgive me. An opportunity, a one-on-one for you and me, and now wait till my eulogy for you to understand. Far from perfect work to be a better person. I'm a soul still searching. I wanna learn who I am. A poet masturbating pictures in imagination. A procrastinating the gotta create. I'll be a passionate face until I'm passing away. But I don't wanna debate, cause I just wanna be great, don't you? I'm a victim of my own heart. Set out to be the Mozart of all the dopest art. Till I get on the horn with Donald Trump, it ain't enough. Hate it first, now they wanna play with us. You pray to us, the neighborhood won't pay for us. Take a look at the greater good. But wait a second, son. Mention it's coming from me, then you question it when you can check my skin. It's in my blood to represent my kin.
How did it feel to you?
I really hope you forgive me. So much trouble within me. Really hope you forgive me. So much trouble within me. Somebody help me out with my soul. To whom it may concern, I'll demonstrate the way to get my demons straight. Don't dare judge what I say if you haven't met me today. We hesitate to learn thoughts so crowded, now allow us to discuss how it took me hours to adjust. I'm just a human being, middle childish. My brothers ain't to blame. I was wrong expecting you to stand by me like we're looking for a body product. Too much to ask of you. What happened? I thought this is what we wanted. I can no longer remain. Let's keep it 100. I know how it feels. I done broke so many times over bills. You better give me my change. I realize I'm going through a change. Numbers stay the same. I done
Yeah. We are back live on the Hype, and we'll probably replay that video a little bit later.
Yeah, the black screen.
Yeah, the black screen.
That was a good one. I liked it.
That was that Pootie Tang.
Oh, yeah.
Pootie Tang was all quiet. They're like, oh.
So I'm excited though. We're talking what it is to use ads, what it is to use different platforms to push your music, push you. I think people forget that you yourself, you're a brand.
Yes.
You're selling different parts of you anytime you get on a stage or perform or do anything. So you're a brand altogether.
Yeah. I don't think it's really. I don't think it's people forgetting or not knowing that they're a brand. I think it's people. This is a real, like, the age that we're living in is a very superficial world, right? A lot of people are addicted to this story of what other people put out, what their lifestyles are, when in reality nobody sees the people that are struggling with their bills, their personal lives that are going on. And so I think more so people are forgetting to just be real and be themselves. Like Instagram really and Facebook and these social media sites kind of trained people into going for surface value content and copying trends and what's going on. Like all of the social media gurus that are out there will teach you to find what the top Instagrammer is doing in your niche and copy their posts so that it works better with the algorithm. And that really kind of pulled people away from themselves, or people are afraid to just be them, but there are a lot of people out there that are being themselves, and they're pretty successful at it without having to take out ads and without having to do certain things. Some are excuse me, some circumstances are set up, but like take for example Nico Wiz. Mm-hmm. Nico Wiz is a great artist, touring the world, doing his thing, got picked up by Talib Kweli, but he doesn't take out ads. Like he doesn't like doing any of the automated stuff. Like he's a very personal guy. Like I just want to do my life and live my life and do the things that I do. But it's working for him. He's a special case in that sense. Or you can be like Bez Believe. Bez Believe out of Orlando got signed by Kevin Gates and went on and did his thing. He's actually more so into the business side. And so you have two different spectrums of it, but Best Believe has always been that. That's him. That's really him. That's really his personality. And on the other side, Nico is like, that's really that guy. So I think more so what shines through, no matter what kind of lifestyle you are living, whether you're doing it naturally or you're also paying for ads, I think it's also more important to just be yourself when you're doing these things.
And both of them have both been on the Austin's Coffee open mic stage.
Oh yeah, everyone's been on that stage.
You best believe that Nico is
on that stage with Mad Ills. I don't know.
Guys, I just want to interrupt really quick and say, this is like a very valuable lecture. That, I mean, if people are not watching this and studying and taking notes, I don't know what you're doing. And the fact that this is being provided at no cost to you, shame on you.
So if you are watching, make sure you click that subscribe button on YouTube as well.
This is gold. So I won't take any more time. Let's continue.
Yeah.
So we're diving into things that you've recently done. You've also got to host a No Border show with Thurston Howell, Latin edition. How's that feel? I mean, like we talked about it a little bit before, but being Hispanic in this industry is tough. I try to bring on a couple of Hispanic artists this month, specifically because it's Hispanic Heritage Month, be kind of cliche. But at the same time, I really wanted to dive into being a Latin artist and
Latino,
and just diving into what it is, because we get kind of boxed in and stereotyped, and I know that you growing up in Orlando, in general, you would get boxed in and stereotyped, but like, how does that like do? I'm sorry, I get tripped up because when I think about even me growing up, like, do I hang out with white people? Do I hang out with black people? Do I hang out with just Hispanics? Do I, hang out with my Asian friend Soy? Like, what do I do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we live in a day and age where that's kind of dying, but at the same time, it's still there because we still see racism. We still see things like that, whether you believe it or not, Louis. It's stereotypes come up. Stereotypes come up.
It's people's inability to for the most part let go. It still exists because some people raise their children to be hateful, but others in their own right are trying to fight racism so much that they're racist themselves, and it's very hard because you get put into these groups and labels. So if someone labels you something, and this is what I really don't like about labels and being a part of particular groups or mass groups, is once you're labeled that, you get associated with everything that's been associated with it, that goes along with it. You get tagged with it. And growing up here in Orlando, my mother moved here, was picking oranges for a living with my grandmother, and my grandmother became a nurse and got herself a house and slowly like moved up. But that's what it was. It was coming here and picking fruit for nothing, for a whole bucket, just to give us a better life from where we came from in West Texas. And I came from nothing, and for me, it's always been, and I moved every single year, okay? In and around Orlando, I've lived by UCF, Castleberry area, over by the airport, Kissimmee, like off of OBT and Rio Grande by Holden, like worse places, good places, Pine Hills. I live there now. Like my grandmother's had a house there my whole life. Went to every elementary school in the area, went out to the, I graduated from West Orange on the super, like, there's super racists out there, and I'm not saying West Orange itself is, but there are super racists that live out on that side of town. So historically, they've had the KKK headquarters out in Ocoee. The first major political attack was a man being hanged out in Ocoee, and that was just because he let another black man stay at his place to hide from white people that were looking to hang him for voting, and he had the right to. That was the first political attack in America happened in Ocoee. So like it's definitely a dangerous place that we've all grown up in, but we also can't take out that hatred on somebody just because they're white. Just the same as we can't be afraid of a black man or a Hispanic man or woman or whatever it is. I hate being attached to one specific group and then it being turned into like, let's just hate these people because they have some people in their culture, in their time, in their history that were hateful people. So we have to blanket that.
That's true.
So that was one of my main arguments with the show that I was on. The way that they were pushing a certain agenda, and it left out Hispanic people. It also left out poor white people. And I would ask the question all the time, like, if you're fighting racism, then why are you really like separating yourselves and not trying to be for anybody else but one particular colored person? And I can't ever rock with that. And so I've always been able to get along in whatever group I was in, just because, like, hey, I rapped. And in high school at that time, if you were able to rap, like, you were cool. People liked you. So that's kind of how I grew through it. And I treat it that way now, to where it's like, wherever I go, wherever I am, like, I want to try to be welcome. I mean, my views, my religious and my political views are very radical and opposite of what a lot of people's views are, but I'm still welcome into certain places because I don't push my, and this is a very important thing, is I don't push my religion, my views, my political views down people's throats, because the second that you tell people what they have to do is when it's wrong.
I know. Having you on my show is controversial in itself because I mainly have a Christian audience.
Yeah.
And finding a song that I can play on the air of yours is tough. Because not only the cursing but the political views.
Yeah, and
that.
that's the same. And like some of the my favorite songs that I've done, like with Naladeus, Contamination. Like that song is about the world contaminating you with all of this overbearing what you have to do and what you have to be perceived as, versus you just being a wholesome person and just, why can't you just do better by everybody? It does. And if it is a particular religion that pushes you towards being a better person, then you need that's definitely what you need. Whatever gets you to being a better person and treating everybody around you as better people, then I'm all for it. You could believe in whoever. To me, you like, but if don't come knocking on my door and telling me like, no, I'm not saying that. That's a bad analogy to use.
Are we going to Area 51 for the?
No, that's straight foolish. That's straight foolish. Anybody who did that, like,
they don't exist.
That sounds like a very.
They deserve to not hydrate that day.
You could correct me if I'm wrong. That sounds very like Jordan Peterson-esque, like the approach of if it makes you a better person, then go for it.
Yeah, I'm like if you look up, there's a really great explanation by Neil deGrasse Tyson. When you ask him about religion, and he says that he's claimed by agnostic, but he doesn't like the title, and the reason why he doesn't like the title is because like is there like especially with like atheists, like that's very hardcore, where it's like, do people who don't bowl meet and talk about how much they hate bowling, or do people like non-skiers have a club where they go and they meet and they talk about like not skiing? And so like I can't.
Actually, I do. No, I'm just joking.
I'm a part of that. Like being attached to that, like I don't agree with being 100% atheist or agnostic. Like, oh, I'm okay with. I definitely believe something is there. And for me, it's just a matter of, look, whatever makes me a positive person to you, like you can label that whatever you want, but it just doesn't matter to me. Like, I don't care what you decide to label me as, because at the end of the day, I'm still working with Christian people. I'm still working with atheist people. I'm still working with all kinds of religions. Like when I did the United Slaves of America tour, we had 6 different religions in that tour bus in that little tour space. And so it's like, but everybody gets along together. At the end of the day, we're just good people, and we're all trying to be good people, man. We're trying to be rappers.
Yeah. So we have Mad Ills. You can find them at
Mad Ills. Instagram is Mad Ills, TikTok. Everything is Mad Ills, MADDILLZ. If you would like me to come and lecture at your school, or if you would like to hit me up for a workshop, just DM me at Mad Ills.
So I was going to make him rap, but I'm not going to. I'm going to play that video again to close out the show. We got a lot of good stuff coming up. Make sure you guys check out the Ozone Effect for upcoming events.
And the 21st, be at House of Blues for the All Access Fest. That is a job fair with a twist for ages 16 to 22 for people who are interested in a career in music. That's at House of Blues. So make sure you check that out. For that. Yeah.
So make sure you guys follow Mad Ills and check out that event. there's so much knowledge coming out of this show that, you know, is just really dope. Make sure you guys keep up with the hype. Follow Louis Febo at Louis Febo.
That's it.
You can spell it.
LUYF as in Frank. E as in elephant. B as in boy. O. LUYFEBO.
And you can follow me at I Am Crescendo. Next week I will be at the Verb and doing my open mic hosting thing. And we're gonna close out the show with Contamination one more time. This is
We're
the
gonna
hype.
contaminate you.
I see the world from a distance. Cowards not persistent in the world. I seem like John Constantine, seeing principalities at work constantly. Not just spiritual perception, but consciously. Thoughts keep me awake at night, trying to sleep. Not saying it's the white man, Satan is the right man to blame it on. I need investment plans to make more paper on, cause it seems like junk is what we wasted on. My verses in Proverbs, like your average song. Moving slaves in the winter, so I'm packing it for one holy being. That's who I'm rapping this for, cause inside we deform like in Picasso form. I stay floating in the waves, waiting for storms. So one day this message will be waiting in stores, where churches no more will be locking them doors. Yeah, this is what I'm doing it for. Contamination. Yeah, I see the drug infested, thug ingested adolescents. 100 blessings are above a mention, thus infection goes uncontested. Pose a question to those overstressing. It's hope the golden measure for which you are known the lesser. My bones reflect the ocean flowing for this whole collective. Suppose perspective would switch, would you be so respected? Your soul is measured in the system that's opposed to metric. So hold your own and don't forget that you are holding ethics. I'm known for stepping in the positive direction, never sloppy with the method, Pete, the hobby of intention. It's obvious I've been in as a lobbyist for brethren, demolishing the negative accomplishers. I question it. I'm only hoping that these hobbies aren't infinite. The problem, they left us with the body of a pessimist. The rap will never ever quit, so why do I invest in it? Well, not because you asked me, it's cause you're so requested. Contamination.